scores! What a save! Adonaldio says no! The shot scores! Say debut, Mr. Mandu! Sooner Magic and Tulsa! Another chance saved by BCB!
Incredible job by the Sooners. So much chaos in front of the net there.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back into the Arctic Edge Ice Arena, where a Saturday night tilt between the Oklahoma Sooners and Missouri State Ice Bears is on tap. We are heading for the second game of a two-game set this weekend, where Missouri State came in last night. They fell to the Sooners, who have started to extend a new winning streak into this November month. They most recently fell on home ice last Friday night, and they've won their last two straight and looking to start a new streak here tonight. Conference play is underway. The Sooners are ranked second right now in the WCHL, just behind Utah. And we're going to keep in mind that when the Sooners played Utah a couple weeks ago, that game did not count as a conference matchup. Rather, it was a non-conference game added later on in the season. So that head-to-head matchup, tiebreakers are not going to be affected by that as we head further into conference play this year. The Utes still leading at the top of the WCHL by a margin of about 4 or 5 points right now, pending how this weekend goes out. Here's a look at the Ice Bears during warm-up today. We're going to step aside during the opening ceremonies and be right back here for Puck Drop on OU Hockey TV. Welcome back, everybody. We are just moments away from Puck Drop tonight. Alongside Amy Acevedo, I'm Caleb Shaw here, hanging out for Elijah Lena, Lauren Simpkins, Christian Markey, Noah Jones, and our entire crew here with OU Hockey TV, welcoming you back to the Arctic Edge Ice Arena. Let's take a look at 3 keys to the game tonight that we might want to pay attention to. Well, first off tonight, going to want to make sure the rookies stay involved. I mean, they've been a big part of the offense last year and into this year. Both freshman classes have been really, really impactful.
Exactly, yeah, especially last night. Underclassmen made up for all 4 of the goal scorers. Jackson Fodrell and Owen Carlisle, 2 of the rookies on this team, Aaron Best and Adam Goldstein, coming back, but still underclassmen. And underclassmen and rookies have led this team as well in points scored so far in the season, making a huge impact. They're going to need to look to continue that tonight.
Oh, the Missouri State Ice Bears win the draw back. It goes all the way back to netminder Brady Governor, who will be starting off this evening. Back behind the net, Sam Frederick is going to start the opening rush of this game. Nate Payne got a piece of that puck, and it deflects to the near sideboards. This one dumped into OU territory on a backhand by Gavin Henderson. Connor Horn chases after it, and he'll get squeezed into the boards. Mondu on the top line tonight alongside Aaron Best. He loses the puck in the middle of the ice. This one drops back towards the point. Here's a weak shot on net that goes well wide of everything. Grayson Payne in net for the Sooners tonight. There's his first challenge. He will stop that one off and swallow it for a whistle. And we get started pretty quickly here. 36 seconds gone, and 1 shot on net for the Ice Bears. Both teams going for a line change.
Yeah, it seems like that pace of play has continued to keep up like it did last night. A little jawing between Duke Bacardi and Ben Mondu from the Sooners. Something that we kind of monitored a little bit last night, the Arizona series last weekend was very chippy between those teams. Things didn't start to heat up in this matchup last night until late in the third, but that could be different tonight as Missouri State looks to even up the series.
Good save by Payne that time. Kicks it out with a purpose. A big collision on the far side. Demanchuk back in the lineup tonight. Takes a spill. He ran into Sam Frederick, who dives in deep from his blue line spot. This one wrapped around by Henderson, back up to the point, where it's held onto by Raymer. Raymer scored last year in this series a couple of times on OU's ice. These two teams played already this year in Missouri State. The Sooners would win that one in Springfield both nights. A controversial one on Saturday, a couple of disallowed goals, and a late allowed goal made that one closer than it maybe should have been, to the frustration of some of the Sooner fans watching away from home. Henderson plays this one forward. Josh McDonald giving chase. He'll get there first. Forwards it ahead for William Baird as the CFI throttles up down the ice. Drops it for Goldstein. Now Baird again. Baseballs one over to Carson Glass. He'll chip it off the glass. Fodrell heads off for a change, and the Sooners will play this one defensively on the forecheck. Baird at V1 speed heads into the offensive zone, interrupts that play. Glass along the wall. There's a 2-on-2 fight. Sticks way up in the air. We've got a javelin match going on the far side right now as puck escapes Missouri State territory. Kagan will chase this one down, play it all the way across for Connor Horn. Horn plays one off the backboards for Kagan again, and the Sooners start back up ice. Here's Carson Glass, one of the best defensive forwards for the Sooners, playing it forward. He'll head off for a change, and Missouri State once again recaps in their own zone. Brian Wood plays it up. He's going to leave it off the boards for Jared Bratton, who finds the zone onside. Connor Horn chases this one in. He'll play it to his backhand now. Two players back below the goal line here. Got to be careful for Oklahoma as Horn gets it back out. Turned over now. Missouri State cycles. A shot and a tip on net. Payne pushed that one aside. Another centering feed cleaned up by Kagan. Great play that time. A tip out in front. Never found the target. And Missouri State once again resetting here. They'll wrap it back around the net. Jack DePron now. Tries to center one out in front. Nobody home. Tristan Glass cleans it up. Another turnover in deep. Ice Bears buzzing so far. From the far face-off dot, a shot across, and a one-time opportunity didn't materialize for DePron that time. It was right in the wheelhouse. He fanned on it. Glass along the boards, takes his man down. DuPont couldn't get his stick on the puck, and now Connor Horn gives chase. The Sooners able to escape the zone here, and Missouri State has to tag up a partial change oncoming for the Ice Bears. Onto the ice comes Mason Kaspick for the first time tonight. Levine plays it across. All the way up ice. This one chipped in onside once again. The Ice Bears, no problem here. Staying on the right side of the blue line. Aaron Best forces a turnover. He had 2 goals last Saturday night in a very big offensive performance. Frederick behind his own net trying to restart the rush. This one plays off the sideboards. Best got a backhand to it. Couldn't forward it into a dangerous area. And now Nate Payne gives chase. Sam Frederick now back behind the net. Been on the ice quite a bit here in the opening 3 minutes and some change, and we'll get a stoppage as that one heads into the sin bin. And we'll get a face-off.
Yeah, early on in this one, we're seeing something that Missouri State was unable to do last night, which is really have an opportunity to kind of set up their shots, leading that shots on goal counter 3-0 in favor of the Sooners, and they've actually, despite the great defense in front of the netminder from the Sooners and some great saves by Nathan Payne himself, the Ice Bears have been able to set up quite nicely.
That puck evades Swearingen, takes down his opponent on the way to the corner now as Rieger also involved in the play. Jacob Rieger back in the lineup tonight as the Sooners on the back end of a 2-game set here. They've been busy the last few weeks here. 3 games 2 weeks ago, 2 games last weekend, 2 more this weekend. 7 games in about 20 days or so for this squad. Swearingen plastered the boards here. Mondu lost his stick. Quebecois trying to find his hardware. Still without it. Out in front. Here's a shot that rings the post. Payne got a piece of it. Rebound is there. It went wide. Evan Ross had a piece of that one. He was the last Ice Bear to touch it. Now Rieger back behind his own net. He's going to take control of this one. He'll play it off the boards. Held onside. Raymer lets a shot go. Payne is going to swallow that one. Rieger cuts off any issue in front of the blue paint. And we'll get a stoppage in OU territory. Missouri State testing the Sooners early and often tonight.
Yeah, some great stops there by Grayson Payne, really being tested so far early in this first period to make some crucial stops. Although last night we did see the Sooners bounce back and quite good from that 1-0 deficit, but right now Grayson Payne is looking great in net, giving BCB the night off. He's doing a great job so far.
In terms of time on ice, the Sooners have not trailed very often on home ice this year. Really only in that Arizona game where on Friday night the Wildcats controlled things from start to finish. Here's an icing call that Fodrell can't beat out. We'll head her all the way back to Grayson Payne.
And Fodrell not looking happy with the icing call, something that's common here in the ACHA in Arctic Edge is the somewhat controversial icing calls that normally go pretty even both ways. Last night we heard from the Missouri State bench a little bit the anger that they had some of those calls. They felt like maybe their plays, their opportunities were disrupted due to some icing calls that they didn't believe should have been made.
Podrell back behind his own net this time. Couldn't escape the zone. And this time, McDonald will. Here's a 3-on-1 developing for the Sooners. Demanchuk walks and centers it out in front for a chip shot by McDonald that went high. Behind the net now, Levine. He'll play it ahead. Reel all the way across. This time it's going to be brought up by Max Greco. Greco drops it off, couldn't stay on side, and Missouri State will touch up once again. They'll dump it opposite corner. Grayson Payne out to play this one. McDonald ahead for Fodrell, couldn't hang on to it. And Jackson Fodrell will retreat. Fodrell only at 5'9", plays a lot bigger, and that's a trend you'll see across this team this year. Carson Glass, another one of those players. Speaking of, he'll drive into the offensive zone and try to force a turnover. Nice spin move back behind the net, trying to break free from 3 Ice Bears right now. Bells in as a reinforcement. A 2-on-2 fight for possession in the battle. Now a 4-on-2 fight as the majority of the Ice Bears stuck below the goal line right now. Missouri State able to work it free now, and a 3-on-2 develops the other way. Baird on his horse trying to work his way back. Into the slide, interrupted by Connor Horn. A great back-checking play with the stick that time. Baginski walks around. That one deflects off. Baird giving chase. No chance at winning this race, but no icing as well after deflection. To center ice now, Kagan. Nice pick play that time, but he's offside, and the Sooners have to let that one go. Henderson starts his engine. He'll work his way into the offensive zone. Grayson Payne plays it back behind himself. Kagan off the boards. That one chips into the offensive zone for Oklahoma now. Sam Frederick on his way back. Cavalcanti tries to force a turnover. DuPont is in deep as well. Lost his footing. And now Tristan Glass will retreat. McDonald plays one in. That's offside. It caught Cavalcanti, and we'll bring it back out to neutral ice.
You mentioned earlier Carson Glass has been playing incredible this year. His development following in the footsteps of his great brother, veteran leader Tristan Glass. But Carson Glass has been able to play incredibly as a defensive forward. Like you said, made some crucial stops in last night's game that helped the puck from even getting to BCB yesterday to help the Sooners secure that 4-1 win.
We've said it time and time again, and at risk of sounding like a broken record, if there was a Selke Award in the ACHA, that would be the Sooners nominee, both last year and so far this year. As a freshman, played on PK1 and did a heck of a job. Again this year, leading the PK unit when the Sooners are down a man. Tristan Glass has one off of his skate this time, able to win the race with the puck. Spins his man off the boards. Here's Jacob DuPont. DuPont scored a big goal against Utah. Now a centering feed out in front. He couldn't get a piece of it. Nate Payne keeps it alive. DuPont in deep. Glass again. He'll spin back behind the boards, plastered by Bratton. Here's a shot out in front. I don't know if that one even found the target, and it bounces back out to Goldstein. Adam Goldstein, the tallest Sooner on skates right now, will be taken down. He takes a couple of extracurriculars, and this is going to be a Sooner power play. Goldstein takes a punch after the whistle, and here we go. The pleasantries are over in just about 7.5 minutes.
If I'm the Ice Bears, Adam Goldstein isn't someone that I would necessarily want to fight. Standing at 6'6", 205 pounds. One of the more daunting defensive presences on this Sooner team so far. And it'll be number 3, Sam Frederick, the defenseman from Missouri State, that'll take that penalty. And this will be the first opportunity we get tonight to see the Sooners on the power play. Jackson Fodrell scored the power play goal yesterday to tie things up 1-1 later on in that first period.
A discussion in front of the benches right now to figure out exactly what the call will be. Believe it's just a 2-minute, and I assume for roughing based on the visual cues we had.
The Sooners are opening up the door to their penalty box to see if...
And Goldstein will join Sam Frederick in the box here. So offsetting penalties.
So we will not get a look at that Sooner power play this early on.
Still awaiting the call to go up on the board here. Perhaps Goldstein just in the box because 5 Sooners are out on the ice. And it will be a power play. So Goldstein will hang out in the sin bin here, but the Sooners up a man and an opportunity to get it on the board early on, off the faceoff. Glass, Carlisle, and Fodrell, Payne, and Best. 5 forwards on the ice here for this unit. Payne walks the line, passes to Carlisle. Carlisle walks and shoots one, deflected away. Payne back to Carlisle. He'll wind back up to the point. Nate Payne holds on to it. Here's a shot from Fodrell, got blocked. Missouri State has traveled well this weekend. Lots of family and friends in the stands. Saw him last night as well. Here's Payne back behind his own net. Missouri State gets it out of the zone here with 30 seconds off of the power play so far. Dropped off for Owen Carlisle. Top 3 on the team in scoring so far this year. Now Fodrell walks and shoots one that was off the glove of Governo, but I believe they were offside to make it redundant.
Yeah, Fodrell had a few good looks so far. Like I mentioned earlier, had that power play goal for the Sooners last night. Looking to do some more, a high-scoring unit on the ice. Carlisle, Best, Fodrell, along with the veteran leadership of Nate Payne and Tristan Glass. Sooners looking to do something early.
Payne and Glass neck and neck for the active leaders in points scored in Oklahoma hockey right now. They have been kind of trading places on that list for the past couple of years. Aaron Best, we'll probably see him on that list in a couple of years. He'll start his engine out past center ice. Best with a full head of steam. Drops for Glass. Glass couldn't get a shot away. And Missouri State clears this one out, no problem. Halfway through the power play now. And Grayson Payne out of his net to play this one. Ben Mondu joins the ice. Partial change here ongoing for the Sooners as Mondu will work his way through center ice. Quebecois keeps it to his stick, and Fodrell offside once again. A tie-up at the blue line puts the puck back out to neutral ice.
Saw a lot of offsides calls last night, kind of joking around in the booth that these teams were a little too quick for their own good, kind of stunting their chances to set up in the offensive zone by getting that offsides call. With about 37 seconds remaining in this power play for the Sooners. Payne
plays one off the boards, trying to keep it onside, and the Sooners will. Demanchuk in behind the net, centering one out in front, rebound, score! It's in! Carlisle! And the Sooners are on the board. Check it, Jacob DuPont. 1-0 Oklahoma.
And kind of in similar fashion to some of the goals the other day, last night, trickling in at the end there. The netminder for Missouri State, Brady Governo, not sure if that one went in or not or counted. But that'll be one for DuPont to get the Sooners up 1-0 about halfway through this first period.
He's made a habit out of opening goals in games this year. Did it in Utah as well.
And like we mentioned before the game, keeping those rookies, those freshmen involved in the game, and clearly that involvement early on, as there are now 2 Ice Bears in the penalty box. Sam Frederick appears to have 24 seconds left. We thought that would be killed off by the Sooner goal, but Will Baginski, the forward for the Missouri State, has also joined him in there. So it looks to be some confusion. Adam Goldstein still in the box for the Sooners, as the officials are discussing with the Missouri State coaching staff.
So the short delay as we'll try to work out exactly what the penalty situation is right now. There is a 2-minute minor on the board for Baginski right now that in all likelihood looks to put the Sooners back on the main advantage right after they scored.
And this is something the Sooners need to capitalize on. They just got the momentum on their side with that power play goal by Jacob DuPont, the freshman, getting those rookies involved early. He will remain on the ice for this second power play opportunity. Missouri State looking to go to 1 and 2 on the penalty kill.
The assist comes from Demanchuk back behind the net, a centering feed for DuPont that squeaks between the glove and the left pad of Governo, and Oklahoma will remain on the power play here for 2 minutes. Another minor penalty to Baginski. Demanchuk took a hit up high that time. He's going to work his way back to the bench, favoring one arm. Aaron Best joins the ice in replacement for the ALD Sooner. We'll keep an eye on Demanchuk, make sure he's all right. Got back to the bench, no problem, so maybe just a slash up high that went uncalled here. Payne wraps one around. Great stop behind the net by Governo. And Missouri State clears this one down, no problem. 1:27 to go in the power play. Payne drops it off behind his own net for his older brother, Nate. And Nate Payne plays it ahead for Kagan. Kagan, a high-scoring defenseman so far this year as Aaron Best gives chase behind the net. Caverno plays it all the way around. This one wrapped up. Kagan keeps it onside. He'll drive in. Kagan watching. He'll drop one for Best. Up top now, Mondu. Ben Mondu plays it to Aaron Best. He'll walk the line all the way back up top. Ben Mondu again. Mondu drives in, back behind the net. They'll play catch. Holding on, shooting one. I think that one caught the post. Best again behind the net. Sooners playing this power play a little bit slower than the last. Here's Payne up top. He'll let one go. That one got deflected. Back behind the net, caught a piece of Caverno. Another play held onside by the Sooners here. Nate Payne uses that body to hold it along the boards, but it's going to escape the zone. Owen Carlisle, fresh off the bench, will play this one to his forehand. He'll gain the zone onside, got Best as a trailer. Carlisle walks in, gets to his forehand, nearly put a shot away through 3 Ice Bears. Now Tristan Glass, he'll walk the line all the way across Fodrell. Holding onto that puck, putting one on ice. A weak shot, didn't make it through. And Missouri State clears this one down with 8 seconds to go in the main advantage. This will clear out the power play as Grayson Payne plays it back behind his own net. Reminder, no trapezoid rule here in the ACHA. The netminders can play it anywhere they want to, a la a classic Martin Brodeur. .8:27 to go in period number 1. The time has moved fast on the score clock so far in this frame. Payne back behind his own net, plays it on his forehand. Missouri State back at full strength now, where so far tonight they have controlled the play and once again moving into OU territory. Kaspick, he's pinned to the boards right now, getting some support on the near side from Evan Ross. Carlisle couldn't escape the zone. Here's Summers at the point. A shot didn't make its way through. And Carlisle again all the way across. Swearingen on his horse. Can't make it there. Turned over now. Out in front. Here's a shot. What a save. Grayson Payne picks it out of the air. And here we go again. McDonald delivers a cross check after the play to Kaspick. And if there's no calls here, the Sooners got away with one.
Yeah, a great glove save there by Grayson Payne. Quick work of it. And then these two teams kind of going at it once again.
Yeah, they have seen quite more than enough of each other this past calendar month or so. The Sooners visited Missouri State about 4 weeks ago.
And Kaspick will go into the box for Missouri State.
Not sure why Mason Kaspick got the penalty here. Perhaps a case of they'll always take the player who retaliates. But from a fair standpoint, it did look like Josh McDonald delivered that check after the whistle to start things.
Exactly, yeah. You could hear the exclamation, and excuse any language that you might hear the Missouri State bench. Of course, not pleased with that call, like you said. If it was more in retaliation to move by one of the Sooners first, but that'll put the Sooners back on the power play. Third chance opportunity in a row.
Payne walks the line, lets a shot go, deflected, went high, and Kagan drives in. Kagan, the lone defenseman here. Demanchuk back behind the net, plays it to Mondu. Mondu, the blue line. Payne holding onto that puck. Now Mondu puts one out in front, looking for a tip. He couldn't find one. Kagan got taken down from behind that time, and back to his feet, no worse for wear. The Sooners chase the puck back down into their own territory. Nate Payne, been a busy man so far tonight. He's on the ice once again for this power play. He'll gain the offensive zone, wraps it all the way around. DuPont giving chase. DuPont seals the edge that time. Mondu adding support as Kagan drives in, tries to hold it onside, and they will for the moment. Ice Bears clear this one down. There's some driftwood on the ice. Mondu gets taken down behind the play. Stop me if you've heard that one before. Glass on his horse, couldn't escape a stick check that time from Baginski, who took the most recent Missouri State penalty. Now Glass gains the zone, drops it for Carlisle. Carlisle afforded some space, walks and shoots one that went wide. Aaron Best now surveying his options. Plays it into the corner, dogged by 2 Missouri State Ice Bears. He'll drive back behind the net. A backhand pass for Carlisle. Up top, Goldstein walks the line. Carlisle all the way across. One-time shot from Fodrell. Couldn't find the target. That is something the Sooners added this year they haven't had before in that one-time threat from the far side in Jackson Fodrell. He plays the puck at the blue line. Saucer pass for Carlisle on the near sideboards. Owen Carlisle will drive back behind the net. Strong play there. Drops it for Glass. Gets it back to himself. A sharp angle shot. Goes off the side of the net. Power play is over. The Sooners going to be back at full, the Ice Bears back at full strength now. Glass, a centering pass, nobody home. And Missouri State able to clean this one up. Back to full strength now and on the attack once again. They'll chip this one out to center ice. That one escapes Goldstein. And Cameron Reel, first one to it. Reel, a centering pass, nobody home. Glass gets a stick to it. Played all the way across for Baird. Will Baird up Tristan Glass again. He'll chip it opposite corner, and the Sooners head for a line change. McDonald holds it onside here. A turnover at the blue line. Gives it right back to Missouri State, though, and they'll dump it all the way down. This will be icing if it makes it, and it does. Swearingen first one there, and we'll bring it all the way back in front of Brady Caverno.
And Jacob DuPont, not the only Sooner to score against a Missouri team tonight. Zach Schmidt with the field goal against Mizzou in that football game down in Columbia, Missouri. The Sooners lead 3-0 early on in that second quarter. Trying to get some offense going with the additions of Deion Burks, Jaleel Farouk.
It's another game moving quickly.
For sure.
Pass behind his own net. Mondu centers one out in front. Payne couldn't get it in his wheelhouse. A left-handed shot that time maybe saved him from having a one-time opportunity. McDonald drives in. He'll fork one ahead for Mondu. Trying to drive in, and now the Ice Bears force a turnover. 2-on-2 down the wing. Here we go. Driving in with a shot that deflects off of Payne. That one catches the boards. It'll stay in play. Landon Booth is the most recent Missouri State player to touch it. Now Mondu right in front of the OU bench. This one cleared into OU territory. Payne will play it back behind his own net. Leaves it for McDonald. Josh McDonald scored the first goal on OU ice this year. Since then, been a great addition to the blue line. Missouri State once again heading into the offensive zone. Carson Bassett, first time we called his name tonight through all the penalties so far. Makes a nice play to stand up his man at the blue line. Whoa! Carson Glass got taken down right in the middle of the play. That's a clean hit. And Missouri State once again into offensive territory. A fight for the puck at the blue line. They'll hold it onside. Here's a pass to the far side. Unattainable for Heuerman. Heuerman's pass goes wide of everybody. It wraps all the way around for Dupron. Leaving it for Heuerman now. He'll wrap around the net, looking for a wrap opportunity. Drops one. Here's a one-time shot that William Baird blocks. Bratton plays it back to the point. A give and go for Bratton. His shot deflects off of Payne. Another one hits the glove. Payne. Rebound is there, but Baird cleans it up. Here's a stick going flying. Some more driftwood in the offensive zone. Here's a shot goes wide. Another chance here as the Ice Bears are buzzing right now. Picardi in the offensive corner. Carson Bassett takes on two Missouri State players. Glass joins the fray. Here's a centering feed out in front, deflected away by Baird. Brian Wood now deposits it deep in the OU zone. Pressure mounting on the Sooners right now as Missouri State still holds it onside. This one at the blue line, they'll keep it in the zone. Here's a shot tipped out in front, never found the target. Bassett clears it out and into the OU bench. A headhunter will stop play.
And a good job by Grayson Payne to keep his cool there. A couple dangerous spots that the puck was in. Also a great job by the Sooner defense in front of them. We talked about that first goal yesterday. It's kind of just a case of maybe a little bit of bad luck for the Sooners, but after that the defense really tightened up, obviously shutting out the Ice Bears for those remaining two periods. But Grayson Payne and the Sooner defense have looked great so far tonight.
If you're keeping track of where he's at right now, Ovechkin has just scored number 862. He is 33 away now from the all-time mark in the NHL. 2:33 to go in period number one as the Ice Bears looking to get a late rush going here and tie this game up. Grayson Payne picks that play out of the air, and he'll stop things up.
Really incredible, that Ovechkin goal. Those records you thought would never be broken, and to be able to, as one of the more veteran players in the league, to continue to perform at the level he does is, you know, as a fan from the same conference, not something you want to see when he's playing your team, but you have to admit it is impressive.
Russian machine never break. As DuPont tries to clear a puck, couldn't find the handle on that one. Connor Horn will take control back behind his own net. That one deflects off Cavalcanti. Long play in, Payne will leave this one for Kagan. Across for Horn, now Cavalcanti chips it back out to center ice. Missouri State touches up, Baginski on his horse, trying to turn away from Glass, got taken down, now Cavalcanti walks in, has the puck on his stick, but got forced away from it. And Missouri State will reset back out to center ice. Baginski taken down by Glass, and the Sooners are going to go to the penalty kill here. 2 players sandwiched the Ice Bear forward, and I think they're going to get an interference call behind it.
And much to the delight of the Missouri State bench, I'm sure, earlier on in the shift, they called for a hooking penalty. Later there in the middle of the ice, they were hoping for that tripping call, and now it'll be Logan Cavalcanti for the Sooners, excuse me. And we'll get a first look at the Ice Bears power play tonight.
See our head official at center ice right now trying to explain things away as best he can.
Yeah, apologies for my inability to get through that sentence there. The Missouri State bench is pretty hyped up right here next to us, so we can hear all their thoughts on the officiating so far tonight.
It was late last Saturday night in the first period when Arizona tied things up at 1 goal apiece here on the power play as well. This power play will extend into the second period if Missouri State can't score on it. Here's DePron holding onto that puck. He'll play it in deep, spinning away Summers. He drops it off for Frederick as Carson Glass gets a piece of that one. Mentioned his name a lot about the defensive presence he brings, able to get an impact here on their first penalty kill of the night. It is the Glass brothers up front. They will go for a quick change here. Josh Bell's onto the ice now. McDonald and Swearingen, the defensive pair out for Oklahoma. Grayson Payne in net tonight. Played out in front for Frederick. He'll have a quick catch back up to the point. Here's a winding shot blocked by Tristan Glass. Cagle couldn't get that one free. Derek Cagle, 40 seconds to go in the period, 1 minute in the power play. We'll restart things from Missouri State. Drops one off in his own zone. McCarty starts the rush. He'll gain the zone onside. Drives his way in, chips it off the boards. Carson Glass pins him to the boards. As the Ice Bears try to work the puck free, it's a 3-on-2 fight for possession in the corner. Carson Glass spins away, couldn't get possession as he's pinned by Henderson, a much larger opponent than he. Brent Anderson onto the ice for the first time tonight. There's a clearance by Connor Horn all the way down the ice. That should do it for the first period. 7 seconds to go and a chance for one rush by Missouri State. Connor Horn gets a piece of it, chips it into MSU territory, and that's how we finish things in period number 1. The Sooners up by a goal early on in this one. We'll head to the first intermission for a quick break here on OU Hockey TV. Oklahoma controlling this one early.
Step right up. Buckle up. The only direction we're headed is... Yep, you get it. Welcome to the one and only Oklahoma.
In some ways, this film is like the university itself.
The one flagship university that has served the state since before there was a state.
Its story is never entirely completed.
Where one scoop of dirt can save thousands of lives. Where one group of biologists are connecting with world-class meteorologists to protect the one world, one planet that connects us all. Whoa, that one literally might land on the moon. But that's fine, because what's stopping us from going up there and getting it? This is a team, a squad, a family, leading a collective pursuit where we share all ideas, embrace thousands of different perspectives, and require every last hand on deck.
Cleared for takeoff.
What else we got? More trophies than you can count? Check. Rhodes Scholars? Check. Largest research engine in the state? Check. The next generation realizing a new American dream? Okay. Actually, it's better than okay. It's OKLAHOMA. It's the strength of many marching under one crimson and cream flag, creating Sooner magic that must be seen to be believed at the one university where one OU family makes up the one and only Oklahoma.
Welcome back, everybody. OU Hockey TV is proud to bring you ACHA competition within the WCHL, the Conference of Champions in the top level of club hockey in the United States. Going to be welcoming some new faces to D1 next year, namely from the South and Eastern Seaboard of the country. The ACC Hockey League getting started. Really excited for that one with teams like Louisville, North Carolina State, North Carolina, and Alabama, the founding members of that one. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Some teams from around your neck of the woods, Caleb.
Always fun to see the ice pack, as they call them for NC State, get on the ice. Missouri State's going to carry 20 seconds of power play time into the second period. Carson Glass will take the draw. Josh Bell's flanking him. Horn and Kagan, the two defensemen here. OU wins this draw forward with 15 to go on the power play. Time for one Missouri State rush to open things up here. Tommy Raymer gains the zone, passes it off. Full head of steam. Evan Ross walks in. His shot goes wide. And OU clears this one down the ice. No risk of icing here. The power play expires, and we are back to full strength. Back behind his own net, Sam Frederick hanging on to that puck. He'll play it forward. Evan Ross, he gains the zone, plays it opposite corner where Summers giving chase. He's sandwiched by Carson Glass. Now Horn. Horn to his forehand, gets it back out towards the point. This one dropped up. Here's a shot deflected, and a great save by Payne.
Payne picking up right where he left off early in this second period with another great save. Right after that power play expired for the Ice Bears. And honestly, kind of surprising. I mean, obviously, some incredible goaltending and defense from the Sooners. But the way the Ice Bears have kind of been flooring around the net, they have the lead in shots on goal, 12-7. It's kind of shocking that they haven't got one but through behind the net yet, excuse me, but that's just a testament to the great goaltending and defense for the Sooners.
Off the draw, Best to the far side. He'll start his engine heading past center ice. Mondu tries to gain the zone. Got stood up. McDonald spinning, chips one off the boards. Here's forward, Mondu. He walks in, has some space, walks in, shoots one. Got deflected, couldn't get all of it. Mondu taken down behind the play, back to his feet. Clean play that time, no penalty upcoming. And the Sooners will regroup with their forward halfway down the ice. Mondu gets a piece of that one, looks ahead for Payne. Payne dropping it up, tried to find Best, had to stop up and stay onside. Now turned over, Best walks in, drops it for Nate Payne. Payne shot on the ice, didn't find the target. Mondu lets one go well wide, looking for a tip. Payne drops one off. Henderson now for Missouri State dumps it all the way down. This will be icing, and Goldstein, first one there for the Sooners, will scoop that one up and head back down the ice. A partial changeup coming here with the Fodrell, Demanchuk, and Carlisle line heading out for Coach Peter Arvanitis.
Seems like things have calmed down a bit for the two teams, but we're only a minute 40 into this first period, so we'll see how much longer that lasts. Tension's high, obviously, at the end of that first period. The Missouri State coaching staff, despite getting that penalty call to send their team to the power play, not really happy about the way things have been called early on, and that is something that we will see a lot throughout the season in ACHA hockey. Of course, the ruling's a little bit inconsistent sometimes.
This one played out in front. Whoa! Demanchuk tried to get a spinning shot on. He didn't have enough space to get it cleanly. Another try. Rebound is there for Carlisle, and chaos in front of the net. Fodrell will clean this one up in the corner. Plays it to Demanchuk. Tries to get it in deep for Carlisle. Nobody home that time. As Kagan tried to play it forward. Got deflected. Carlisle, the lone man back, able to save a potential odd man rush this time. No icing this time. It gets waved off, and OU gets a free line change. Cavalcanti, he took the most recent Sooner penalty back on the ice. No icing this time as well. Missouri State likewise gets a line change in. Fodrell chips one forward. He'll head off. Got the quick change here in the second period. Something to keep our eyes on as Glass pestering back behind the net. This one dropped off for Baginski. DuPont, the OU goal scorer, the lone scorer tonight. Drive in deep, trying to force a turnover. Derek Cagle able to clean that one up. Plays it into the OU bench and stops play.
DuPont, as you mentioned, the sole goal scorer, in the game so far, the freshman. Something that we talked about, one of the keys for the Sooner team is to keep them involved, and they've done a great job of that all season and early on this game. Trying to get some more of them on the scoreboard, though, along with some of those veterans who are so crucial to this team's success early on in the season.
Mondu won the draw but got turned over immediately. Here's a quick shot off the rush. Grayson Payne can't find it, but it's in his pads. Got that one squeezed between the blocker side and his right hip.
Yeah, great save there from Payne. That one looked like it was right in his chest on the interlocking OU logo.
And we talk a lot about BCB's performance, Amy, but Grayson Payne so far this year has played his angles about perfectly, I think.
Yes, and I think it's also great for the Sooners to be able to have these they have a plethora of goaltenders this year for them on the roster and be able to have this much confidence when you want to give BCB a break. Although he loves taking on such a heavy part of the load, it is great to see that you can have 3 other goaltenders who will do just as great in net.
Cavalcanti let a shot go right before the whistle. 3 Ice Bears get in front of him now. Another quick chat between Logan Cavalcanti and Duke Bacardi on the far side. Linesmen separate them as...
And a little bit over 2 minutes after I pondered about how physical this game would get in this second period, it's looking like things are picking up where they left off in the first. No penalties yet. But you can see the tension between these two teams as Missouri State trying to even up this series here at Arctic Edge. Obviously, the Sooners took both of those when they traveled down to Springfield, trying to come out with at least 1 win.
Right off the draw, Fodrell tried to let one go that got blocked in the faceoff dot, so we're going to re-rack things and try him again. Carlisle working on the draw that time, lost it. We'll give chase out to the neutral zone. Play to the near side, Bratton. He'll drive in past McDonald, wraps around the OU net. Up top now, Frederick. Goal team plays it ahead. Here's Fodrell. Leading goal scorer so far for the Sooners this year, as a late icing call will make play redundant.
Adam Goldstein not too pleased with the call right there.
And given an explanation that seems to at least somewhat satisfy the Sooner sophomore. Shots on goal 14-10 in favor of Missouri State. They've also controlled the 5-on-5 puck possession stats so far in this one. 10 for the Sooners. They've connected on Jacob DuPont's one-time chance earlier this night. Here's Carlisle, 2-on-1 developing. Owen Carlisle walks and drags, and a great play by Frederick to break it up. Carlisle still fighting for the puck back behind the boards. Tries to center one out for Demanchuk. He wasn't home. Now into the offensive zone goes to Prawn. He shoots one well wide. Held onside for the moment. McDonald delivers a hit. Played back to the point. Demanchuk is going to poke that one back out of the zone. Missouri State resets. Grayson Payne plays it behind his net. Drops it for Adam Goldstein. 15:41 to go here in period number 2 as Goldstein, with a full head of steam, drops one into the offensive zone. This one held onside for the moment as Goldstein tries to get it to his forehand, couldn't get it to the wheelhouse. Now Glass, he'll wrap around, looks for a pass, none available. All the way up top for Goldstein. He'll walk, shoot one, no tip provided, it went wide. Another one forwarded all the way back down the ice, and this will be icing. No deflection on the play. 15:17 to go, and we reset back into Missouri State ice.
A good opportunity for the Sooners here. Getting a few good looks, but not able to set anything up yet, and hopefully this offensive zone draw, if you're a Sooner fan, will get them on the board. It's felt like a lot more Sooners, but still only just a 1-goal lead with that goal from DuPont in the first.
And I think, Amy, the benefit of the power plays so far has made OU's play on the ice maybe look a little bit better than it is, but so far, not a clean game from the Sooners with this 1-goal lead.
For sure, yeah, taking a few of those penalties and not capitalizing on those latter 2 power plays. Unable to score there.
Here's a play out in front for Cavalcanti. He scores! What just happened?
It looked like Brady Gaverno was just out of the net behind in that would-be trapezoid area. And Logan Cavalcanti able to put one in. Great job being aware, and that is going to be a goal that, should the Sooners remain on top, especially if it's only by 1 goal, the Ice Bears are going to regret.
We had just talked about making sure you capitalize on mistakes and chances you're given. Well, that's how you do it.
Exactly, yeah. Unsure of the miscommunication or what could have happened there, but a great job by Logan Cavalcanti of being aware of his surroundings and getting that one in with essentially an empty net.
Second time this year the Sooners have capitalized on a play like that. They did so in the first game of the season against Arkansas to send that one to overtime. Here's a 2-on-2 developing off of the faceoff. Baird, he'll play it ahead. Carson Glass to the far side. Baird centering feed out in front for Glass. He couldn't get a shot away. Now a rush out for Booth. Landon Booth has a full head of steam, drags it out in front for a forehand that Payne got a piece of. He couldn't control the rebound. Rieger, Johnny on the spot that time. He'll play it out. Topsy-turvy game so far tonight here at Arctic Edge as we approach the halfway mark in regulation time. Glass locked in combat right now with Kaspic right below us. Here's Best, takes a hard hit into the boards. Best looks to be all right. He'll stay on the ice this time. Grayson Payne plays it to his backhand and drops it off for Kagan. Kagan nearly lost his footing. And now a turnover, a 2-on-1 developing for the Ice Bears. In the corner, holding on to it, Henderson. Out in front, here's a shot, saved by Payne. Rebound is there, score! Missouri State has had the lead. Payne couldn't control the rebound, and it's a 1-goal game.
And that goal there by Cameron Reel. Unfortunate, it looked like Payne had it in the net, but it just kind of trickled under between the padding by his legs. Able to go into the net.
You could kind of feel that one coming throughout the opening 26 and so minutes of this game.
Exactly, yeah, the Ice Bears, despite being down 2 goals in early into the second period, like I mentioned, when the second period started, it felt like they should have had one already, the way they've been flurrying around the net, and with that the amount of shots and quality shots that they've had. Unfortunately, that one just passed Grayson Payne for the Sooners, and it's 2-1.
Off the draw, Glass will work his way in, drops it for Carlisle. He couldn't get a pass towards the center of the ice. Up to the top now, Cavalcanti, the most recent Sooner goal scorer. DuPont in deep, plays it for Glass, evades his stick, and Baginski hanging on for Missouri State. That one finds the OU bench. Demanchuk puts it back onto the ice, and we'll get a stoppage.
And Cavalcanti and Will Baginski exchanging some pleasantries, I'm sure, down there on the ice, but I'm sure neither team wants to take another penalty, and that's something that the Sooners have been a little bit better on in these later few games early on in the season, especially that series against Utah, and then that first game against Arizona, a little bit some careless penalties early on, but trying to clean that up and have done so far tonight.
Off the draw, Fodro tried to spin away for a shot, nothing doing that time.
Things will reset with Carlisle in the face-off dot against Missouri State's Duke Bacardi.
Missouri State does win it out of the zone, where McDonald plays it to his backhand. He finds Carlisle right below us here in the booth, goes all the way out towards Grayson Payne. He'll play it back behind his own net for Goldstein. Goldstein spins away. He'll play it up top, looking for Fodrell, evades his stick. No icing here. This one's going to get waved off, I believe. Or no, it will not. They call it late. Missouri State had a chance at the puck that time, but the linesman rules not close enough.
And that's sometimes where the frustration can come for these teams. When these icing penalties are called a little bit late, the teams think they might have an opportunity to start something before the play is officially whistled dead. It'll be another offensive zone draw for the Ice Bears.
12:57 to go in period number 2 tonight. Let's draw one back for Goldstein. He'll play it on his backhand for McDonald. And the Sooners trying to escape the zone. Long pass ahead to Manchuk. Couldn't settle it down. He'll join the rush offside. Carlisle was in well ahead of the play. Sooner bench didn't like it very much, but
Yeah.
I don't think there was much of a question that time.
Assistant coach Tyler Huberty almost jumping onto the ice himself to argue that call with the officials. That's something we haven't seen as much tonight, but last night it got both the Sooners and the Ice Bears the amount of offsides calls. And the Sooners look to regroup to try to get something more to add on to that 1-goal lead.
Sooners were the beneficiaries of a close offside call early on this year in that game against Utah. This one played all the way in. It'll escape Connor Horn. This one goes all the way back. No icing this time as Kagan plays it off the boards for Horn. Best ahead, looking for Nate Payne, settles it down, had it chipped away, and back out of the zone. Here comes Missouri State. Kerman tries to gain the zone. He's offside, tangled up with Connor Horn. And here's a deflection at center ice. Best giving chase now, trying to chase down Brian Wood. Wood off the boards, intercepted by Mondu. Mondu tried to play it out in front for Payne. He wasn't there. Now back up top, that pass missed everybody. As Payne behind his own net, a dangerous play that time. Forced out by Horn. To the near side, Connor Horn again tried to clear that puck past Payne and ices it.
Unfortunately, yet there, that puck earlier on in that shift, Connor Horn just unable to settle it down and bring it back into the Sooners' offensive zone. And now there'll be another opportunity for the Ice Bears to play some offense and try to even things up.
8.5 gone in period number 2. Shots on goal, 16-11, 2-1 where it counts. Off the draw, Wood keeps it onside for the moment. Now Payne escapes the zone. Here's Bells. Bells to the far side, his shot deflected. I think that caught the back bar afterwards. Tries to deflect one in off the goaltender's back. No chance that time. Josh Bells again. Bassett got a piece of that one, plays it in for Will Baer. One wraps around Swearingen, seals off the edge, keeps the puck onside. Another fight for possession here as it comes out towards the faceoff dot. Missouri State gains possession once again, and they'll play it back out for Evan Ross. Ross off the glass, tries to play into the corner past Carson Glass. They'll take a hit to make a play. Swearingen involved as well in the corner. Centering feed, nothing doing that time. Here's a shot from the slot, picked out of the air by Payne.
And a great glove save there by Payne. Some dangerous opportunities that could have turned into goals for the Ice Bears, but he was on top of that one in front of the net as well, kind of with a little bit of a screen there set up by the Sooners later in that play, but a great job by Payne to glove that one down.
.10:41 to go here in the period, and a very segmented and slower pace second than the first. McDonald, a 2-on-2 fight this time for the puck in the corner. Goldstein chases after it. He'll let this one go. Long feed ahead, Cavalcanti. He'll go one-on-one to the offensive zone now. Ice Bears trying to get Black. His shot was blocked by Frederick. Glass plays it across, nothing doing that time. And played ahead now for Josephson. Terrence Josephson plays it in deep past Goldstein. Goldstein down to a knee, now to DuPont. Played out in front, a one-time chance, fanned on out in front by Greco. And now we're going to stop it, just that puck into the bench. It catches Gavin Henderson, he's all right.
Max Greco's going to wish he had that one back, a prime opportunity. Just him against Nate Payne there, but unfortunately fanned on that one. But a few dangerous looks for the Ice Bears right now. But as you mentioned earlier, the first period kind of flew by. Not a lot of stoppage right now. The second period just feels like it's very stop and go. Still 9:40 left in the second period, finally into the latter half of it.
Off the draw, a chip shot goes wide of the net. Fodrell backhands one over to Connor Horn. Back to the point, Carlisle. Throttle down, Carlisle. 2-on-1 chance for Demanchuk. He couldn't get a stick to it. Centering feed out in front for Fodrell. Scores! Oklahoma extends the lead. Jackson Fodrell is back on the board.
And a great look there for Fodrell. Some earlier chances right there for Demanchuk, but Fodrell in the right place in the right time. And if we know anyone's going to score, to be able to capitalize on those opportunities, it's Jackson Fodrell. The rookie on this team has been so important, one of the leaders in points and goal scoring for the Sooners so far this year, and he's continuing on that trend to give the Sooners a 2-goal lead, 3-1 in this second period.
Had a hat trick in his first series as a Sooner, as we're going to try that face-off again.
And the crowd brought back into it here. The chants of Boomer Sooner ringing out. A pretty decent-sized crowd for this Saturday night, getting a little chillier here in Oklahoma. A few weeks of warm weather for late October, early November. I can admit myself last night a little unprepared for how cold it gets in the rink this time of year. But a good amount of support for the Sooners here tonight.
Speaking of a game moving fast, OU in Missouri, the flagship Missouri, that is, in football action. That game already heading into the fourth quarter, it looks like.
And it looks like a field goal festival right now, 9-3. Oklahoma in the lead. Both teams struggling on offense. Of course, Missouri coming off that blowout loss to Alabama. And I'm sure as a Sooner fan, you can all know the struggles that they've had this season, trying to get something going on offense, but nothing so far tonight as Grayson Payne gloves that one down for another save.
Saw that one all the way. 19 shots on goal for the Ice Bears so far, with Payne pitching a game up ahead of 900 in the save percentage category once again.
Exactly, just an excellent showing from him, proving why he's someone who can be trusted to put in the net on those games, and especially once, although we hate to say it, VCB eventually has to leave this program one day, although Sooner fans would hate to see it. Grayson Payne making a great case for himself to take over that spot.
There will be a competition no matter what as Missouri State breaks back into the offensive zone. A spinning pass intercepted by Demanchuk. He'll find Owen Carlisle. Carlisle again with a head of steam. Breaks into the offensive zone, soccer style to himself, and takes a hit. Delivers a slash to the shin guard of Sam Frederick. Couldn't break the puck free. And now Goldstein plays it all the way across for McDonald. McDonald opposite corner. Frederick chasing one down. To the near side, Baird couldn't hold it on side. Goldstein giving chase. No risk of icing here with 7:45 to go in period number 2. Played ahead, Carson Glass, 2-on-2 into the zone. He's got Baird on the far side, closing all the way across with the trailing Goldstein. No danger that time. Baird again back behind the net as this change of pace unit comes out for Coach Arvanitas. Playing back on top for Bells. Bassett. He'll dump one in. Baird the first one too at that time. Had it chipped over his stick. And now Bratton able to escape the zone. He'll pass center ice, giving some space into the offensive zone. That's a shot go that went wide. I think that caught a Sooner body in front. Bells ties his man up on a pick play. And Carson Glass unable to work his way through it. Swearingen over to his forehand, escapes the zone, drops one off for Josh Bells. He'll play it opposite corner and takes a hit afterwards. Delivers a slash after the fact to Jacob Harrison. And a stoppage here for Payne. He wants to slow things down, and maybe a wise decision.
Yeah, things heating up there a little bit. And once again, we apologize for any language you may hear coming off of these benches. We are pretty close above that Missouri State bench. .6:33 to go in the second period.
Difference in shots, 6 favoring the Ice Bears, 20-14. The Sooners up by 2 on the scoreboard, 3-1 here as we work our way through the final frame of this homestand. OU back on the road, and then a late November tilt against Colorado State. That'll be a Thursday-Friday series on the 21st and 22nd before OU gets back into action in the I-35 rivalry against UCO. We'll have both of those games here in a split booth with the Broncos crew.
Exciting to see the Sooners take on that UCO squad, you know, at least as of late, tilted in the Broncos' favor, but this Sooner team continuing to grow stronger and stronger, and we've seen some of the incredible wins they've had so far. The Sooners also ranked higher in the ACHA rankings, although those rankings kind of get thrown out the window when you're in a rivalry game, you know, with the hatred between the teams. But it should be an interesting matchup for sure, and something that we're all excited for up here in the booth, and I'm sure those players are excited for down on the ice.
Fodrell plays it back to Bassett. He'll play one off the glass, looking for Carlisle around the corner. Stick lift that time to keep the puck in play. Long fight along the boards this time. The puck comes loose, and the officials say play on as both teams still fighting for it. Finally knocked loose here. Kagan chops one down at center ice, interrupted by Summers. Summers walking with a forehand shot with it wide. Here's a rebound try, score! It came back out in front, and Mason Kaspick has once again brought the Ice Bears within 1.
The Sooners are arguing a no goal. Grayson Payne is staying in that position that he has laid on the puck to argue that it never crossed the line. And unfortunately, in ACHA hockey, there are no video reviews, so unable to confirm that as the refs are discussing. But should that goal stand, just kind of a missed opportunity there for Nick Summers. But
let's take one more look at that replay here and see if we can't get another look at exactly what happened there. Kaspick has a pretty open shot at this net towards the end of this clip, you'll see. And if Grayson Payne comes up with this puck, he is a magician.
Yeah, that instant reaction, of course, from the Missouri State bench, but also the Sooners immediately arguing no goal. Grayson Payne stayed in his spot.
Owen Carlisle is emphatic to the Sooner coaching staff that that puck did not cross the goal line. From our point of view, it looks like it did. However, those on the ice had the best look at it, albeit, if you're in a white jersey tonight, a biased look at it.
Yes, for sure. Grayson Payne pleading his case. Assistant captain Tristan Glass pleading his case as well to the officials. Unsure how this call could really be overturned. Like we said, we don't have a video replay. Of course, we do here for you in the booth, but the officials do not in the ACHA.
And it looks like that objection is overruled.
And that makes that Jackson Fodrell goal even more important now for the Sooners. Otherwise, without it, things would be tied up. But alas, they are not.
I believe that it will go down as an unassisted tally for Kaspick, if I hear correctly from the scorer's table below us. The goal will stand as 3-2 in favor of Oklahoma here with 5:46 to go in a second period that has seen a lot of action so far. Glass back to the dot to take the draw. Cavalcanti and DuPont on this line with him. And Missouri State going to get back out to center ice here. Here's Summers, who started that last rush that triggered the goal. We'll play it around the boards. DuPont intercepts. DuPont had the first goal for OU tonight. Cavalcanti wraps one to the opposite corner. Tristan Glass giving chase now. Back out towards the blue line. DuPont holds it onside for the moment. It's back out to center ice. McDonald touches up, deposits that one deep into MSU territory. DuPont charging it on the forecheck. He couldn't get a piece of the puck. That one deflected high into the air by Evan Ross. Kaspick, he was a problem last year for the Sooners. Back in the corner again, the most recent goal scorer. Here's Goldstein trying to work the puck free. 5:01 to go in period number 2. Mason Kaspick again. Holding onto that puck, gets it up top for a one-timer, fanned on, and it goes into the corner. Cameron Reel. Now Glass will hold on to it. Out in front, here's a one-time setup. Two Missouri State Ice Bears collided on the play, and they couldn't get a clean shot away. Landon Booth now turned it over to Glass. DuPont clears the zone, and Nate Payne will lead the rush back down the forecheck. Played ahead, DuPont intercepts at center ice. He'll walk in, tries to get to his forehand, not able to windmill past 2 defenders that time. Mondu and DuPont trading places, dropped off for Ben Mondu. A backhand pass this way for Horn. Connor Horn shot goes well wide. Kagan gives chase. He'll chip one ahead, looking for Payne. Payne plays it back for Best. Mondu out in front, Nate Payne shot off the crossbar. I think that went in. They're going to call it no goal. That hit the back bar, I believe.
Even the photographer for the Sooners team arguing their case. It looks like that one tipped off the top of the goal and went in. We will have a look at that later when we get a stop and play.
And this series between these two teams this year just getting more interesting by the minute. Mondu a 2-on-1 breaking in. Mondu walks on across for Best. He couldn't find him. Mondu chips one onside, tries to play it to himself, couldn't work it free. Best works his way in, he'll play it across for Baird. Baird, he shoots one, swallowed up. Let's go back and take a look here and see if we can't figure out exactly what happened on that most recent play. Let's slow it down a little bit as well. We'll speed it up a little bit more. We'll see if we can find the correct clip for you as soon as possible here tonight. And
I mean, if you're the Sooners, it has to feel a little bit like a gut punch. That one, it appeared from our angle here up in the booth as it hit the top of the crossbar and then fell back in.
We have a discussion in the high slot between the officiating crew right now. I don't believe that's what it is for, and we did have the correct replay for you there. We just had the back end of it, and now a discussion ongoing at the OU bench.
And Coach Arvanitis arguing his case for the team in favor of that goal that would be credited to Nate Payne. Once again, without replay. Unsure of how the refs will make that decision, but of course an Oklahoma photographer will be biased to the Crimson and Cream, but when even the photographer is pointing out, jumping, waving his arm, that should be a goal for the Sooners. Puts Oklahoma in a bit of an unfortunate spot as some of the officials have now moved over down to the Missouri State side of the bench.
Still awaiting the face-off here. As Carson Glass will take it. Well, another stoppage here as we continue to wait on the beginning of play. Here's a shot, score off the draw! There it is! Puck don't lie! Josh Bells, and the Sooners are up by 2 again.
And that's exactly what the Sooners needed after falling down like that right off the face-off. And this puck will eventually find Josh Bells on what looks to be a rebound. Looks like Carson Glass tried to knock it in the beginning. We will see who that goal is officially credited to.
It looks
Carson
like
Glass getting the pats on the back, so we believe it is credited to him. And we talked about how great he's been as a defensive forward, but he also shows that he can bring it on the offense as he gives the Sooners that 2-goal lead, 4-2, with 3:07 left in this second period.
off the draw, Missouri State plays one in deep. That one took a funny hop off of Grayson Payne's stick, but he's able to keep it clean. 3-on-1 fight for the puck. The Sooners have numbers, and Carson Glass plays it around. Here's a shot, went off of the pad of Grayson Payne. He'll play it into the corner. Tommy Raymer plays it around. This is Bratton. Now a shot out in front. Rebound is there. Will be chased down by Raymer. Out in front looking for Bratton. He couldn't find it. And here's a penalty upcoming to Oklahoma. A delayed call on the Sooners, and Kagan will touch up. Sooners are going to get a tripping call here at the back end of the play.
And it looks like it's going to be Will Baird, the senior, heading into the box to take that penalty for the Sooners. Exchanging some words with Jacob Hierman. And that will get us our second look at this Missouri State power play on the night. Unable to score on the first one, but this team has looked dangerous in the latter half. The official waving players away, the Missouri State players from the bench. It looked like their coach was trying to talk to them, unsure of what's happening here. A lot of Ice Bears on the ice, more than the 5 they're allowed.
They're getting the line set up, and I believe a warning has been given to the Missouri State bench.
Yeah, the ref unhappy with.
And it puts Derek Cagle in the box.
And it seems that will serve the same purpose that Adam Goldstein been put in the box did earlier in this game. Does not count, will not make it 4-on-4. The Ice Bears still have the power play, the man advantage.
And a big chance here to once again try to crawl back within a goal here of Oklahoma. McDonald off the draw, wraps it around. Glass plays it back out of the zone where Tommy Raymer, wearing a letter this year for the Ice Bears, plays it back in. High puck that time. Heuerman giving chase. He'll play it to the near side for Raymer, now trading spots. Raymer works his way and holds, shoots one wide. Ice Bears can't hold it onside this time. Heuerman walks in, he'll squeeze past Goldstein, took a hit to make the play. Now McDonald wraps it around. Glass, a spinning clearance that kicks back into the zone. Nate Payne gets a piece of it, and he will slowly float the puck back down ice. Caverno back out to play this one. Tommy Raymer to the near side. Here comes DePron. Back to Prawn, drops one off all the way across. Raymer, soccer style to himself, plays it across up to the top. Now Raymer again with a one-timer, got deflected and went wide. Kagan now lost control of that one. Bells will play it off the wall. Missouri State still in possession here. Nice play back behind the back by Bacardi. He'll stop his skate in the corner. Up top for Raymer. Into the middle for Heuerman. Intercepted by Kagan. A great stick play by the Sooners' top defenseman. And he'll play it all the way back down. Another rookie who's been really involved this year. Alex Kagan on that top line with Connor Horn. Raymer all the way across for Bacardi. The play went in, circling is Henderson. Payne got a piece of that one, clears it out. And with 10 seconds to go on the power play, a masterclass from the Sooner special teams here. They're going to kill this one all with 4 to go. And a final rush on the way from Frederick. Got to play to the next whistle. Levine walks in, tries to get a shot away. He's pulled down. They're going to rule it clean, just a tie-up that time as William Baird beats out an icing call. We're back at full strength. He's going to dump it back behind the net. And the Sooners get a partial change. Carlisle, Baird, and Fodrell on the ice right now. Baginski driving in deep on McDonald. Fighting off a couple of checks from the Sooner defenseman. That'll do it for period number 2. Late, the Ice Bears get a rush, but the Sooners extend the lead back out to 2 in a chaotic play out in front. 20 minutes to go this weekend.
Yeah, a great penalty kill there by the Sooners, especially with how the Ice Bears have kind of been flurrying around their net. Looking incredible, very high-powered offense for the Sooners, able to get the job done in that second period at the end on that penalty kill for William Baird's penalty and keep things at 4-2 with a 2-goal advantage.
Both teams will talk it over. Missouri State, you know a push will come here in the third. We'll be back in just a few minutes on OU Hockey TV.
Step right up. Buckle up. The only direction we're headed is... Yep, you get it. Welcome to the one and only Oklahoma.
In some ways, this film is like the university itself.
The one flagship university that has served the state since before there was a state.
Its story is never entirely completed.
Where one scoop of dirt can save thousands of lives. Where one group of biologists are connecting with world-class meteorologists to protect the one world, one planet that connects us all. Whoa, that one literally might land on the moon. But that's fine, because what's stopping us from going up there and getting it? This is a team, a squad, a family, leading a collective pursuit where we share all ideas, embrace thousands of different perspectives, and require every last hand on deck.
Cleared for takeoff.
What else we got? More trophies than you can count? Check. Rhodes Scholars? Check. Largest research engine in the state? Check. The next generation realizing a new American dream? Okay. Actually, it's better than okay. It's okay, LAHOMA. It's the strength of many marching under one crimson and cream flag, creating Sooner magic that must be seen to be believed at the one university where one OU family makes up the one and only Oklahoma.
Here we go, period number 3 from Arctic Edge Ice Arena as we conclude a weekend set. It's a 2-goal game in favor of Oklahoma, and we expect to see a big push from Missouri State. I had a chat with some of the coaching staff between the periods here. These two teams met in Springfield last month in a series that got really chippy later on. So let's keep our eyes on this officiating crew who has called a pretty tight game tonight and not let very much slide.
Yeah, exactly. I think the Missouri State bench and coaching staff would beg to differ a little bit, but of course that's going to happen. That second period ended with some interesting calls there. That goal that Grayson Payne and his fellow Sooners argued was a no goal for Missouri was kept, and then the Sooners on the other side, it looked like another goal there for Nate Payne to extend the Sooner lead to 5-2, but that one was not counted. Play moved on after some discussion following that play with both the Sooner and Missouri State coaches, and things are 4-2 here early in this third period.
One is played all the way to the far side. Tommy Raymer, that one chipped in onside, no risk of icing here. A rebound out in front, but it's cleaned up by Connor Horn against his opposite number in Gavin Henderson. Payne to the far side, Mondu is offside, and that'll make the play redundant.
And those offsides calls, once again, to the speed of this Sooner program, sometime can nip them in the bud as they'll reset.
Something this team was really known for a couple of years ago was being so fast, and they've added so much size in the back end that sometimes some of those littler guys will just fly on down the ice past you. It's a good problem to have.
For sure.
As Missouri State off the draw. Here's Bratton walking his way in, to his backhand spins, lets a shot go that went off the pad of Grayson Payne. Carlisle works his way around two defenders, looking to make a way past the third. He'll drive in, drops one off to Manchuk. Shot went wide. Here's Fodrell. Fodrell plays it in deep, taken out in front to Manchuk's shot, and it was swallowed up by Gaverno. Great stop that time.
Yeah, a great stop. A really scary opportunity there for the Sooners. Gaverno kind of lost track of that one there as it kind of bounced off his equipment, off the Bear logo on his chest, kind of right in front of him, spilled out, and lucky that none of those Sooners were able to find it, but once he located the puck himself, able to cover it and keep the Sooners from growing that lead. A 2-goal lead with 18:42 left, in this third period is something that is definitely a possible comeback, especially for this Ice Bears team.
Off the draw, Baird's shot got blocked out in front, no danger that time. And now Kaspick, the most recent goal scorer for Missouri State, brings it up ice. Carson Glass turns him over, the most recent Sooner goal scorer. Bells into the corner, takes his man down hard. Bodies are flying in the corner. Carson Glass drags the puck free, gets it to his forehand, plays it up to Bells. Bells spins away, lets a shot go at a sharp angle. Rebound for Baird, couldn't let one go. Now Glass out in front, tried to paw it down. Never got it to the wheelhouse. Bassett will drive into the backhand. His play interrupted by Kaspick. He'll work his way forwards. Evan Ross now tries to gain the zone, has Summers to his left wing. And lets you just dump this one into the near corner. Takes a lively hop off that Arctic Edge stanchion. And Carson Bassett now works to his backhand. Spin back around the net one more time. Plays it aside to Swearingen, a long pass deflected, didn't find the target. Cavalcanti working in, he's on the score sheet tonight. Dropping one off to DuPont. DuPont walking, dropping, Cavalcanti couldn't get it to his forehand, now to Glass. DuPont spins, shoots one wide. Glass turns away, tries to get to his backhand, and the Sooners will hold it onside for the moment. Cavalcanti on his horse. Plays it back to the blue line where it is offside. DuPont will dump this one in. The Sooners tag up, and Cavalcanti gives chase on the forecheck. He's been active tonight after not being in the starting lineup quite as much. Here's Mondu walking and rolled onside. A backhander off the pad of Gaverno. Now a spinning shot from Cavalcanti goes wide. A rebound is there, and that shot misses everything. Mondu towards the slot. A back pass looking for Mondu once again. He wasn't there for it. And wrap all the way around the boards for Goldstein. He plays it in back behind the net. That puck settles down behind the Ice Bear cage. Off the boards again, held in by Goldstein. Sooners applying great pressure here early on in the third. About 3.5 minutes gone so far. The call on the no goal for Oklahoma, the explanation that they received from the officiating crew was that the most near-side official to Nate Payne's shot had to duck out of the way of a head-hunting hockey puck and couldn't see it hit the back of the net. The far side official did not have a good angle at it either, and without the benefit of replay review, we'll never know for sure on that one. McDonald plays one all the way around the board. Sooners are onside again. Here's Mondu for Best. Penalty upcoming here against Missouri State, and the Sooners are going to go to the power play in a game where they have brought the shot on goal total back within one, 24-23 in favor of Missouri State.
Exactly, again, that shot on goal counter shows just how great the Sooners have been coming out in this third period. Of course, not able to do anything yet, as it'll be number 24, Thomas Levine, and number 5, Derek Hagel, in the box for the Ice Bears. Of course, I believe only one of them will be serving penalty, and that will be number 24, Thomas Levine.
So 5-on-4 is the call. It'll be Carlisle, Best, Glass, Goldstein, and Fodrell out on the ice for this unit. Sooners want a contested draw back and hold it onside. Glass afforded some space. He's going to walk into the corner. Drops it for Carlisle. In front, Glass scores! What a goal! Tristan Glass, a one-timer, extends the lead. Textbook.
And both the Glass brothers now have goals on the night. Held that puck in the zone for a little bit himself, passed it up to Carlisle, then put himself in great position to get that shot off. A quick one-timer there. Goes right past Gaverno in net and gives that Sooners a 3-goal lead and gets them another power play goal on the night. 5-2 Sooners with the 15:38 left in this third period.
Special teams unit has been deadly for Coach Arvanitas so far this year. And the attention that Jackson Fodrell and Owen Carlisle are drawing from the defense is leaving so much open space for veteran Sooners across the ice.
Exactly, an incredible job, and now that puts the Sooners for the first time tied with 24 shots apiece to the Ice Bears for the first time in the game.
One shot, one goal on the power play as Summers will drive in. Going to get everything Missouri State has here as William Baird to the far side. Chips one past Bells, no icing this time. Josh Bells driving in, trying to force the puck free, can't do it. The penalized party, Levine, back on the ice now, escapes a hit from Baird and will gap the puck up behind his own net. Tries to forward it around, escapes past Goldstein. Glass behind the center line will dump this one back in. No icing this time. Gaverno comes out to play it. Behind his own net here, Raymer. Looking up ice, finds Kaspic right at center ice. He's going to push this one in deep, all the way past Evan Ross. Grayson Payne out of his net once again. Here's a shot from the near side, off the side of the net, and it came off the moorings after the fact. A lucky break that time for the Sooners.
Exactly, yeah, that one looked like it could have been a close one. That could have deflected off into the net. But luckily for the Sooners, nothing. But the Ice Bears and Nick Summers will head into the face-off dot, try to get something going for the offense, trying to mount a comeback with 14 minutes left.
He's been a spark plug tonight. We're going to keep an eye on him. Probably going to see a lot of minutes here later on in this game. The top line out right now, Summers, Kaspic, and Wood for, Ross, for the Ice Bears right now. McDonald's chips one forward, and it can't skip the zone. Here's Summers working in 1-on-2. Drags around one defender, puts a shot on the ice that couldn't find the target. Kaspic along the wall. Plays it into the slot for Summers. Caught in his skates. Aaron Best will drag out to center ice. The Sooners were up by 3 around this time in the game 2 weeks ago against Utah. So let's not count anything out right now. The Utes came back and made that a tie game.
Exactly, yeah, that infamous 3-goal lead that can so quickly melt away. As that looked like another good opportunity for the Ice Bears.
They're going to turn the puck over once again from the Sooners. A weak shot got deflected high into the air. No one can find it. Now Best on his horse, able to get a piece of it. Carlisle will drive in forward. He's got some speed, works his way into the near side. A sharp angle shot goes wide. And now Connor Horn will backskate out to center ice and play this one defensively. To the near side comes Hiraman. Hiraman working on Cagle. Will try to push that one into the slot. Nobody home. Once again, Carlisle is there. And the Sooners able to push one back out to center ice and make some time go away. Drop for Demanchuk. Demanchuk's shot deflected. It went off of Gaverno out in front. Play from McDonald. McDonald into the corner. Centering feed. Nobody home. McDonald across for Swearingen. Swearingen shot gloved by Governo, and that will stop play.
And Demanchuk might only be credited tonight with an assist on one of those earlier goals, but he has had some incredible shots so far. Shocked to not see him on the goal scoring side of the stat sheet so far tonight. Had some great looks that just Governo has been able to shoot down and do some great goaltending there for the Sooners. But the Sooners have also been great right now, especially early on in this third period, of setting up these plays, getting some really high quality opportunities and good looking shots off. And obviously you can see that in the score counter as they have a 3-goal lead.
Speaking of, great to see Matthew on the ice making a big impact tonight. Haven't seen him quite as much early on in the year as we did at the beginning of last year, where he had that blazing hot start to the season, and easily his best game on our network so far this year. DuPont back behind the net, giving chase. Not able to turn over Anderson. He'll play it all the way to the far side for Booth. Landon Booth all the way across, deflected by Bassett. And that one takes a loud hop into the netting.
And unsure. It looks like, actually for once, not sarcastic, some friendly words being exchanged between players. Interesting, despite being in a 3-goal deficit, to see that the physicality has relatively stayed in those first 2 periods of this matchup so far. Maybe as things get later in the game and the Ice Bears get more desperate to make a comeback, we might see that change. But for now, toned down quite a bit so far.
Baird on the far sidewall will drop one for Carson Glass. He's going to play this one up near the netting. Doesn't catch it, stays in play. Frederick out to center ice. He's forced there by Bells, still getting chase, and will dump one into the far corner. Dropped off for Goldstein by Grayson Payne behind the net. And Adam Goldstein plays to Bells. Josh Bells' shot got deflected out of center ice, and now McDonald has it dropped off for him once again across for Goldstein. Goldstein this way for Best. It deflects off his stick, couldn't corral the pass. And all the way back into his own zone goes Levine. Levine to the far side. Going to be brought in by Raymer. Mondu takes a hit to make a play. A deflection out in front. No shot available that time. Here's Raymer's bid from the far side. Rebound is there, and a great save by Payne. It's still loose out in front and cleaned up by Aaron Best. He's going to dump this one all the way back behind Caverno's net, where Raymer will take control. Raymer to the far side. A spinning play and a penalty upcoming against Connor Horn. Going to get caught for a hook here. Missouri State still in possession. Delayed penalty upcoming against the Sooners here, and Aaron Best will not touch up. They call it still in play. Here's a shot from the high slot, went wide, and now the whistle is blown as Kagan touches up, and the Sooners to the penalty kill.
And Derek Cagle for the Ice Bears finally let out of the box, although that was now counted as a penalty towards the Ice Bears. And Connor Horn, who after those initial great saves by Grayson Payne was able to clear that puck out to pass it to Aaron Best to get it out of the zone, will be serving that hooking penalty for the Sooners. And will be their opportunity to go back on the penalty kill. Unsure of what's being discussed here with the officials. It looks like the Missouri State coaches want some clarification, as their players were talking with the linesmen. I think it's safe to say Missouri State will be, no matter the outcome of 2 games, of course they would like to come out with at least 1 win. They'd be happy to leave, as it does not seem they're a big fan of the officiating staff here for these past 2 games. And it seems that Will Baginski will be in the penalty box serving an offsetting penalty for the Ice Bears. So it'll be a little bit of 4-on-4 action, it seems, and maybe that's why there was some uproar.
So perhaps an offsetting call or an embellishment call. We'll get the official rundown for you. You find out on ACHAhockey.com throughout the year. That game center will have full stats, penalty highlights, and goal scoring summaries for every single game the Sooners play. 4-on-4 begins now as Best shot from Carlisle, check it, goes off the side of the net. 15 gone in the penalties right now as the Sooners probably content to play this one slowly with a lot of ice available out right now. Frederick starts the rush. He'll work his way into OU territory. Surveys his options, plays it back behind the net. to the near side comes to Prawn, lost control of it, and a 2-on-1 developing this way for the Sooners. It's Fodger with Carlisle. Carlisle drags, shoots one high. Now Kagan holds it onside. Carlisle again will reset. He'll drag to his forehand across for Goldstein. Soccer style to the high slot. His shot deflected off the glove of Caverno. Kagan again holds it onside. Long reach into the slot. Gets into his forehand. He'll shoot one off the blocker of Caverno.
And 2 great opportunities there for Kagan. Able to send 2 defenders flying, breaking their ankles, but unfortunately not able to get that one past Caverno.
Both Ice Bears will strap on some new Pirellis and head back to the bench as Mondu drives his way into the offensive zone. Puts it out in front. Nobody home that time for a creative pass from the Quebecois. .30 to go on the penalties here as Tommy Raymer will reset in his own zone, keeping his eyes up ice. Mondu on the forecheck, couldn't make anything happen that time. Raymer going to take it himself into the offensive zone, gets past Goldstein, and now drives it out in front for a pass to the slot that Mondu intercepts. 3-on-2 the other way for the Sooners. Goldstein going to lead the rush this time, got Payne with him, going to drop from Mondu. Goldstein takes it himself with a shot. The rebound came out behind Payne. Couldn't get a stick to it. Up top for Glass. A slap pass across for Goldstein. Tough to handle with a spinning puck. Back in from Mondu. Penalties are over. 5-on-5. Mondu all the way across looking for a tip from Horn. He wasn't available. Mondu again forces a turnover. He's everywhere so far in the third period. Shots on goal tied up again. 29 all. 5-2 where it counts in favor of the Sooners. Under 9 to go in regulation time. Summers, he started the rush of the last Missouri State goal. Going to dive this puck into the opposite corner. Drags it free. This one played in front of Payne, and a rebound chance is there, but the Sooners clean it up on defense. McDonald leaving his feet, able to keep that one away from the dangerous area. William Baird, the only forward on this time. The Sooners get a partial line change with 8:30 to go. Thomas Levine up ahead. Couldn't find his target, and the Sooners play it back out. Kaspik going to work his way in. McDonald, first one there in white. Ahead for DuPont. He started the scoring tonight. He'll find Carson Glass, who extended the scoring tonight. 8:06 to go now as DuPont chipped that puck into the slot. Nobody home. And a long pass ahead is going to be icing. Couldn't quite hear the whistle that time, but the play does stop at 7:59.
Finally, that was a long shift, and just as you mentioned that the Sooners were content to play things a little bit slower with that 3-goal lead and control of the game, things started to speed up pretty quickly. Some very impressive plays set up by the Sooners, none of them resulting in goals, but able to keep the Ice Bears out of their own zone for most of that time, and it will be Tristan Glass, the most recent goal scorer for the Sooners and in this game, to take that face-off draw against Mason Kaspik.
Speaking of someone who can control the game for the Sooners, Dylan Gabriel set a pretty big record tonight with some of the most touchdowns in FBS football history in his final season at Oregon. I'm sure every Sooner fan's best wishes with Dylan after the performance he put on last year in the Crimson and Cream. As back to the task at hand, 7:34 to go in regulation time. Here's Glass trying to escape the zone. He'll play it ahead for Cavalcanti. He's in a foot race and backhands one into the wall. Frederick takes a spill. Cavalcanti in possession now across for Kagan. Kagan looks, shoots one wide. Goldstein ahead for Cavalcanti. He couldn't hold on to it, and the Sooners will slowly play this one back out to center ice. Cavalcanti couldn't chip one in onside, and the Ice Bears will ice the puck.
Things starting to slow back down a bit in these latter 7 minutes. And last night, Elijah and I talked about if and when the Ice Bears would think about pulling their goaltender, and you got to think if they don't score soon, that's not going to happen anytime soon or at all in this game. Of course, the ACHA computers in their rankings heavily favor goal differential, and of course, they're not going to want to fall back down anymore as we are in the middle of a timeout. Unsure who called for it, but both teams will head over to their benches and discuss things.
Both get one, and you can't take it with you, so Missouri State here going to talk things over. no shots on goal for the last few minutes here. We've been tied up at 29 all for a while, with the Sooner defense just collapsing into the slot anytime that Missouri State makes their way into the zone.
Yeah, it feels just like a lot of quick moving around in the neutral zone. Both teams preventing each other from being able to get anything really set up. The Sooners with a few wide shots that haven't gone quite near the goal. And I think that little meeting during the timeout was probably the most common time I've seen the Missouri State bench all night. Of course, their coach trying to give them some advice, try to help out, give them the best game plan to try and mount a comeback with 7 minutes left, being down 3 goals. Stranger things have happened here in Arctic Edge, but it's going to be a tall mountain to climb.
Off the draw, Carlisle put a shot forward that went wide and took a loud hop off of the end boards. Starting the rush now is Raymer. He'll drop it off. This one forwarded in past Payne. Bratton now, he'll circle around. Nothing doing that time. Looking where Fodrell intercepts a puck. Henderson now collapsing in. He'll turn it over for the Ice Bears. Now back out to center ice it goes. Wood behind his own net. Looks forward. That puck chipped ahead, but this will not be icing. Waved off late by the linesman. McDonald now. Surveying his options, will take it to the far side. Cavalcanti chips one in, no icing this time. Under 6 to go, and Governo's just going to swallow that one up for a faceoff.
Looking to keep things slow. Trying to help his team get some opportunities on the offense to build things up. And despite those 5 goals passed, he still has been a great job by Governo tonight. This high-powered Sooner offense, quick and some great looks that he's been able to keep out of goal. But now it's time for his offense to try and get some more past Nate Payne. 3 more for the tie, 4 for the win, with 5:55 left in this third period.
Clock continues to wind past 5:50 now as Swearingen intercepts a play at the Sooner blue line. This one played all the way across where Derek Cagle will send it in. This one wraps all the way around the zone for Reel. Reel couldn't hang on to it, and Bells brings it back out to center, evades a check, and will go off for a line change. Chipped into the zone, Best onto the ice now. He's late to the play. Swearingen has to get on his horse to get back there. Now Best gets a piece of it and heads up ice for Carson Glass. He'll chip one off the boards right below us with 5:18 to go. Sooners caught on a change here. Missouri State with some speed out to center ice. This one played cleanly and off the back of the Sooner net. Payne is there, plays it to his forehand. 5 minutes to go, even now here at Arctic Edge tonight. Frederick gonna chip one ahead. Payne on his backhand. Finds Best, who clears the zone. This one's gonna make it all the way down. Here's a race. Mondu is going to win the race for icing. It's waved off. It was a close call right at the face-off hashes. And Mondu in a photo finish takes that one. 4:30 to go in regulation time. Now is a weak puck blockered away by Grayson Payne. 2-on-2 fight in the corner. Mondu giving chase now back out to the top of the point. Here's a fan shot that Best will scoop up and take it back out to center ice. Backhands one into the Missouri State zone and heads off for a line change. Short shifts here for Oklahoma as the clock winds to 4:12. All the way across here for Wood. Wood couldn't find the offensive zone. Here's Kagan walking with an opportunity. Carlisle, rather, will shoot one wide. And a big hit right below us. That's McDonald getting crunched into the boards. 3:55 to go. Carlisle on the back check. Got Fodrell out there on the top scoring line as well. Sooners in the midst of a change. Demanchuk bringing his unit onto the ice next. Carlisle still giving chase here with 3:35 to go, and the Sooner defense has put on a masterclass in the last 5 or 6 minutes of regulation time to shut things down. Here's Grayson Payne behind his own net. Backhands one around the boards. McDonald now will let that one go for Swearingen. Swearingen to his backhand, clears the zone. This will not make it for icing. And with 3:15 to go, the Ice Bears will regroup. Here's Evan Ross. Ross finds his way through two defenders. Carson Bassett cleans that one up. He's going to ice the puck, and we will stop the clock at 3:06 and bring it back in front of Grayson Payne.
Looks a little bit frustrated with himself, but the way the Sooner defense is looking right now, I'm sure they're not too worried about the prospect of an offensive zone draw from Missouri State. With only 3 minutes left in regulation play.
You knew a push was coming, and the Sooners have done a great job of adjusting to Missouri State's play here in the third period, not allowing another goal on the scoreboard, getting one more of their own to add to it, and keeping the shots on goal total low. Only 6 in the period for Missouri State.
Exactly, yeah, just a great overall game from the Sooners on offense and defense, looking to sweep this season series against Missouri State, both on the road and at home in impressive fashion as well.
Glass gets spun around off the faceoff, where Rieger will now play it out forward for DuPont. DuPont ahead for DuPron, where Rieger will play one off the boards. Rieger and McDonald, the defensive unit out right now. Glass plays it back between his legs for Cavalcanti. Mandu on his horse, a 2-on-2 the other way. 2:30 to go in regulation time as Cavalcanti tried to play it through his skates. Nothing doing that time. Cavalcanti sandwiched to the boards by two Ice Bears right now, able to get back to his feet. Puck way up into the air that time. He's going to make it all the way into OU territory. This is icing as Rieger touches up.
And last night there were four different goal scorers for the Sooner. Tonight, 5 different goal scorers. Another goal from Jackson Fodrell tonight, but Jacob DuPont early in the first, Logan Cavalcanti, Jackson Fodrell, and Carson Glass in the second, and then Tristan Glass in this third period to give the Sooners this 3-goal lead early on. And just great to see players from all up and down the roster. A lot of rookie presence, or underclassmen presence, excuse me, in these goal scorers tonight. But then, of course, you have a veteran, a leader of the team like Tristan Glass, notching one for himself. And it's just great if you're the Sooners to see this level of contribution from all over the roster. Excuse me.
Sooners are going to go to the penalty kill here for the final 2 minutes of this game after Carson Bassett, I believe, is going to take a slash.
And it looks like it'll be Blake Swearingen,
rather, yes,
in the box for the Sooners, as this penalty, as you said, Caleb, will expire right at the end of regulation play. And unfortunately, if you're the Ice Bears, this power play's coming too little too late.
Draw one back by Payne. Kagan going to play it to Glass here. If you're the Sooners, as that one goes out of play, you don't have the risk of icing here, which could make these 2 minutes go really quickly if you play this well.
Exactly, and based off the way that we've seen the defense play in these last final 10 minutes of this third period and of the game, looks like the Sooners will continue to do that, keep it out of the zone, especially without the threat of icing. Unsure of what the holdup here is on the face-off.
The Sooners have 3 players in the top 6 in scoring in the conference right now. Fodrell, Best, and Carlisle. Right now, Best leading the team in goals with 10. Fodrell right behind him with 9. But 12 assists for the rookie, bringing him up to 21 points, and 1.5 points per game as a freshman so far.
And it looks like the delay for the face-off here was that the clock somehow reset itself to 20 minutes. Right now, there's 1 minute 47 seconds left on Blake Swearingen's penalty, but 1:51 on the game clock. However, when Swearingen took the penalty, there were 2 minutes left in the game, so they're arguing that the clock should be the same, and that has been fixed. So now there's 1:51 left in this game and the penalty.
So with under 2 to go now, we'll restart here. Guerrero will play it back behind his own net, dropping one off for Tommy Raymer. Raymer, one of the Sooner killers last year, been held quiet this weekend so far, as Frederick back behind the net plays it for Raymer. He'll let one go, deflected, and off the mask of Payne, dives out in front, rebound there, held out of the net, still loose, and it plays to the side of the cage. It's going to be wrapped back out in front. Payne swallows it up, and that'll stop play, and here we go. Another altercation out in front after the Sooner netminder stands strong.
And I think that most recent play kind of encompasses the type of defense the Sooners have been playing tonight and the incredible goaltending of Grayson Payne there. It looked like a prime opportunity for one of the Ice Bears to get one in when Payne dived, but then some of the members of the Sooner defense diving down themselves to make those stops. I believe it was either Alex Kagan or Nate Payne diving down to stop that play and ultimately whistle down.
Hewerman and Bratton had a wide open cage during that exchange, and I really can't tell if it was Nate Payne who got down to block it or if it got a piece of brother Grayson Payne.
And Connor Horn is now in the penalty box with Blake Swearingen, serving a 2-minute penalty of himself, so it'll be 5-on-3.
And with 1:19 to go, the plot does thicken a bit.
Yes, of course, unless a complete meltdown happens by the Sooner defense, it looks like they will still walk away with this win. We can definitely make things more interesting. And now if you're Missouri State, you're really looking to lessen that goal differential, if anything.
The faceoff will come right outside the blue line. And keep in mind, as we head towards next Wednesday and the next ACHA computer rankings, goal differential does play a factor in that. The most you can impress the computer, if you want to put it that way, is winning by 8. It's very rare in this league, but it can happen. And it's something you want to keep your eye on as you move through the season. Sooners up by 3 here, going to face a 5-on-3. McDonald, Payne, and Goldstein to defense. Frederick out to the top of the point. Held on to by Raymer. Frederick again plays it back behind the net. Bratton. Bratton to Frederick again. Looks for Raymer. Had to come back with the puck that time. Hewerman, Raymer. He'll let one go. It went wide. 50 seconds to go now in regulation time. Hewerman back for Raymer one more time. Raymer lets one go. Deflected. Didn't find the target. Sooners hanging on, 42 to go. Hewerman across. Raymer, one-time shot, deflected, and Payne got that one too. His mask came off. We're going to get one more stoppage as that puck came up high and dislodged some equipment.
And whether or not the Ice Bears score here with this remaining 35 seconds, a great game, a great showing by Grayson Payne in net. An incredible job so far tonight, especially late in this third period, of course. No chance for the Ice Bears to come back and win, but face some incredibly difficult shots as Payne heads over to the bench to get his equipment fixed or checked. It looks like a strap might have come off the back of his helmet, but just an absolutely incredible showing by him tonight, especially in some rather scary situations.
All smiles from the Sooner netminder as Missouri State talks over how they're going to play these final 35 seconds and a little bit of change here. It will be Josephson, Reel, and Greco on the forward unit for Missouri State here. Levine and Cagle on the back end. Grayson Payne able to get everything stitched back together on the back end of his mask now, and it's back into the net.
And for those looking for an update on the other Sooner matchup, 10-9, Mizzou leads early on in that fourth quarter. The Sooners unable to score a touchdown so far.
Here's a one-time shot off the draw. The rebound is there. Grayson Payne out of his net, going to have to get back across. He does. Levine is there, 22 to go. Levine holding onto that puck, going to go to the far side. Circling is Reel. Tries to find Kramer again. Nothing doing that time. Here's Greco behind the corner. 11 to go now. Back to the top. Held onto by Reel. He'll walk, let one go. Blocked up in front, and that'll do it. 3 seconds to go. 2-1. Get out the brooms, Oklahoma. You have swept the Missouri State Ice Bears 4-0 on the season.
And the players rush out the Sooners to congratulate their goalie. An excellent game by him. Only 2 shots allowed on 35 shots. Missouri State Ice Bears tonight only won the shot counter, but of course that is not what matters as the Sooners complete the season sweep on the Ice Bears 5-2 in this Saturday night matchup.
Winning is the Sooners' new addiction this year.
And great overall involvement. We talked about one of the keys to the game being the involvement of those rookies, those underclassmen, and 4 of the 5 goals scored tonight coming from that group of underclassmen. And then late in the game, early on in this third period, Tristan Glass with the power play goal to give the Sooners that 3-goal cushion that they would ultimately win by. And Grayson Payne leads the handshake line after an excellent performance tonight, but that can also be credited to the incredible Sooner defense.
Defense played stout tonight for the Sooners. Two teams that have seen quite a bit of each other over the past month, and the temperature finally cools off here on Saturday night. Thanks for being with us this weekend, everybody, on OU Hockey TV. For our friends out this weekend, safe travels to you, Christian and Noah. Hope you get back to Oklahoma safe this weekend. For myself, Caleb Shaw, Amy Acevedo, Lauren Simpkins, and Elijah Lena here in the booth with us tonight. Wishing everybody at Arctic a great trip home tonight. The Ice Bears, a safe trip back to Springfield. And everybody watching with us at home tonight, a great rest of your holiday weekend.